Good morning, everybody, or day, or evening. This is Kimise, and I am coming to you from the KimiseCraft server. Yeah, and I'm excited. Check it out. I'm here at the village, and we've been spending a lot of time at the village recently because the village is just going to be such a really huge part. And look, all of our new village huts have been placed in. Yeah, check it out. So walk around, and they all look a little bit different from each other. You know, we've got the original one, which is our basically our base of operations with our nether portal room and all our storage. But now we have them all built up. I've gone ahead and worked on the pathways. So as you walk up through the pathways, you can actually get into any one of the different things. Check it out. The villagers are already starting to feel home. And I've got different variations. Like here's the angled variation of the house. It turned out really pretty good. As you walk down it, we've got them all over the place. Like, for instance, we've got one right back here that I put up, the other day. Then we got them all the way around, So this is really starting to turn into a community. Pretty cool. And also, more white coats have been coming along. And guess what? Now we've got one with looting 3. Now, if we remember, the whole goal with building up our village is so that we could increase our villagers. Wow, impaling 4. And look at all the white coats. The white coats are starting to populate, which is really super exciting. So as far as having a source of our enchantments, this is really one of the biggest parts of the whole village setup is for trade. Now, another real advantage to this is not just the villagers, but it's also for tools. Yep, that's what I said, tools and weapons. So although we have guys like here, which is a farmer, and he's going to be that's a good trade, 19. That's good for potatoes. Okay, and he's going to be a really great source for us getting our emeralds. Yep, a fisherman as well, because since I have so much string, I can actually sell him quite a bit of string. But these guys right here, the toolsmith, for instance, this guy right here can already sell me an iron shovel of unbreaking efficiency. Two. Now, compared to what I already have, even though some of the stuff's already gone away, that's not the greatest thing in the world. But if we go ahead and unlock him, we'll be able to unlock him and get into some of his diamond trades. And the diamond trades are the ones we're really interested in, because if we can get some good diamond trades out of them, diamond tools, diamond weapons out of these two guys, then they have moved up to a better trading class. And we've got lots of these toolsmiths around, as well as, let's see here we go, as well as weaponsmiths. They're toolsmith. Okay, that was the same guy. And they're always moving around. Now, we got to organize these guys a little bit better. I mean, obviously, I don't mind leaving things like the leather worker to wander around. That's not a big deal. I can go find him and trade leather whenever I'm feeling like trading leather. In fact, once you start trading, you'll find out that they come looking for you. Yeah, Mr. Shepherd, you are correct. But I do need a central place, especially to keep the really important traders safe. And the whole idea is this village is going to continue to keep growing. Yep, just follow the path to find the front doors. And as it grows, we're going to start to see some of the better trades. Okay, well, anyways, so as opposed to going around looking at trades right now, what I want to do is I want to talk about the big thing we wanted to work on today. Now, right up here in this big sectioned off thing, this is going to be the major trading hall. Okay, this is the major trading hall. This is where, when we get a villager of exceptional trading worth, such as Mr. Impaling 4 right here. Boy, that's expensive though. But you know what? He might open up other things, because once you open up one trade, they usually have a couple more trades. And each librarian, Kevin, usually has up to about three book trades. Now, as we find them, we want to put them someplace safe and someplace where it's easy to locate them. So what we're going to do is we're going to be creating a big trade hall. Now, in this trade hall, we're going to have like little booths where we're going to go ahead and station our traders of worth. Like the first level, we might have some of our really, really good brown coat trades. Second level, we might have some of our tool trades. Third level, we might have our enchantment trades. But we're going to make it, we're going to try to organize it in a way that's really efficient for us to do our trading. And especially once we get shulker boxes and everything, we'll be able to move this stuff over here to trade very easily and set up. Now, as far as what I want to do is I've been looking up some different architecture. Like I've been looking up some buildings from Africa, traditional style buildings and different things that they used to build with, to try to get some inspiration. Like when I built these huts, these came from inspiration of structures that you might see on an actual African savanna. So they've got a circular like look, they've got the step down roof, they've got they didn't necessarily have glass, so what we did is we used the acacia doors and the fence posts to give us windows and everything. So what I want to do is I'm also going to take it, we're going to go to a different part of Africa, and we're going to take an idea of some of the mud architecture, because there's some really neat buildings made primarily with mud. And what we're going to use is we're going to use terracotta to help do that. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and let's go into our resource chest, because we got quite a bit of resources. So if we hop back over here, we've got, let's get rid of this rotten flesh. Don't need the rotten flesh. There we go. Get rid of that. Now, if we come over here to our resources, we've got our regular terracotta, which is going to be very, very useful. We've got some white terracotta, and we've got some brown terracotta. These are the main ones I plan on using here for this. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use these to create a particular decoration. Now, it's not going to be exactly like anything. Remember, this is inspired by, and I'm not a super great builder, but hopefully I can come up with something that's really pretty interesting and something that's pretty neat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start placing some blocks and try to get some ideas down for what this could look like. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Hey guys, this is Kimise back, and what I've been doing is I've been playing around. Now, the mud structures in Africa, a lot of times what you'll find they'll have this look, and we're going to use the terracotta for this look, which gives us this like brownish, muddish look. And then what they do is they use white clay to give accents. So what we've done is we create these arcs on these doors here in the front, and then over here on the river where they would be like unloading trade goods and bring them up here, and we've made them over here at the side and even in the back of the building. You know, that way we can lead that out to something else as well. And so we're using that to create the accents for the doors and everything. Now, it's a little flat, so we're going to have to look and see what we can do for that. But I know one thing we want to try to do is we're going to go ahead and grab some wood right now, because one of the things that they did is with this is, well, you know, you just can't create everything completely out of mud. You got to have some different supports. And wood, let's see, acacia wood in this particular case, since we are dealing with the materials that we have on hand, is going to give us a really good tool for this. So if you look at some of the African mud architecture, you'll find that not only will you have different colors of clay give different designs and accents throughout the building, but you'll also notice, let's see here, we've got one, we go every, that'll look kind of odd for the end, wouldn't it? Okay, but what they did is they used timber. Okay, that would line up perfectly. They used timber for supports. This is also something that was used a lot in southwestern architecture here in the United States. Or, like for instance, if you go to New Mexico or Arizona, what they did is they would use, because they did a lot of mud, well, they called adobe, okay, which is basically mud and clay, and they made bricks out of that. And that what they use is they use logs as well to create that look, showing that they're supporting, that gives them the support within it. Now, what's great about us doing it this way is then we can also use these to go ahead and give us some architectural interest on the inside, just like that. So now we can go ahead and take these beams and go ahead and pull them all the way across. So one, when we walk in, we've got something that's going to match with the type of materials we have to build. It's going to show that we have thought about structure. Okay. And this will support our floor that we're about to put in. Already starting to look pretty sharp. Okay. Now, again, inspired by, so I could easily see our village here using some different muds and clays, some terracotta to build with, as well as acacia wood to give some structure to their building. So if we take a step back and take a quick look from just a little bit of distance, remember that's starting to look pretty good. Now, I'm not sure if I want the actual round piece of the log sticking out. I kind of like it. The orange gives some good contrast to the terracotta, and it shows that we are using the end of the log. So the other option is to use a wood block, which would give us the bark look at the end, and that's an option. I'm not sure if that's the option I want to take, because the orange, I actually kind of like the way that looks combined with everything else. Okay, well, I just want to give you an update for where we're at. Right now I've got to hop on the second floor, and I've got to see how that's going to work out. I got to figure out a method of climbing up, so we got to come up with a staircase. I think a staircase, got to figure out how the staircase is going to be, because considering that we've got doors on either end there, what we could do is we could have a staircase that goes up the center. That might look really good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try to work out some of these design essentials, and I will hop back here with an update in just a little bit. Okay, guys, I'm here with another update, and boy, it's really starting to take form. So we've got some new windows, kind of in the same general style as our arched doorways. Got those going on the whole top level. We use a different color of terracotta to do that. We got windows going on the sides as well. Okay, so it's starting to get a look to it. On the back side, we even added one long window, which I think will be really cool as you're going up the stairs and checking that out. So that'll add some interest. We're following along with the style of putting the logs all the way through, so that's going to give support to the structure. Let's see here. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's where we put structure. Now, I don't know if you've ever noticed about second floors, but they tend to be just a little bit shorter. So let's see here. I want to go ahead and put another quick block just so I can get up here for right now. So this is how high everything is now. So let me just go ahead and finish putting this up here. Okay, with you guys really quick. So we're going to go ahead and finish layering up. This is the fourth layer. Now if we go with the same height that we had below, then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and again give us our, let's see here, go ahead and do our logs as well. So let's see, yeah, so let's go ahead and get these down first, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and add the logs as a treatment. Yeah, I got plenty. Okay. Yeah. So we'll go around and create this level, and then like before, what we'll do is we'll lay the logs in. Now, laying the logs in will be fairly simple. What we'll do is we'll just use the same spacing. Well, because I don't know. I guess I'm just one of those guys that kind of likes a little symmetry in his architecture. I mean, I think there's a time for it being all bold and weird sometimes, But a lot of times for structures like these, they just look better if they have a good symmetry balance to them. And so what we'll do is we'll go over 2 again, boom, 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 and you know what, I'll go ahead and get this done real quick and see you in just a moment. Okay, so we're back, and there we go. Got the logs all the way across, like we just said what we wanted to go ahead and do. And pretty nice. Now it sets us up to go ahead and add an additional floor. So, you know, I didn't know I was going to make the floors so high. So right now the floors are about 4 blocks high, so that's approximately 12 feet high. So we got 12 feet high ceilings in each of the floors, which is pretty nice. I mean, it's a pretty spacious trading hall, which will be really nice when we set up the booths and everything for the traders. So I guess if we just go one more level up, then what we'll do is we'll have a pretty significant building here that will tower everything, which is great. I mean, already you can get a really great idea of just how big our village is and how much more space we have to add in. So this is getting pretty good. I think I can already see places over there across where we could have some more homes and everything. Maybe clear out some of that birch. That way we can go ahead and keep the same type of color and everything over there. I forgot all that birch is over there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the floors laid down, go ahead and build up a last level, and then once I get that done, I'll bring you guys back and we'll contemplate the roof. Okay guys, we are back, and let me just give you a quick update from what's been going on. So I'm working on that third level, and I tried a few different colors. I tried red terracotta, I tried yellow terracotta, but then when I put the orange terracotta, I said, yeah, that is the color we want for the top. So the orange terracotta is going to be that final floor up there, and I'm still not sure what we're going to do on the roof yet. So I'm going to go ahead and spend some time. I'm going to finish laying the third floor up there, and then I'm going to go ahead and start working on the roof. And what I'm going to do, I think what I want to do is I want to use some sandstone to crown the top of the building. So we want to have a crown going all the way around the top of the building, because we're not going to have a pitched roof on this. That would just, usually for buildings that big, pitched roofs, it's not really, I don't know, it doesn't always look right. But if we do a crown and we use some red sandstone, the same thing that we have on the walls, I'll tie it into the walls with everything else, and I think we'll have a really good look to it. So I'm going to go ahead and get to work, finish that top layer, and then get the sandstone up there, and then we'll come back and take it and see what it looks like in just a minute. Okay guys, we are back, and here, let's go. I have finished the third and final floor. Let's go up and take a look. There we go. So I went ahead and used slabs so that I would not have any worry about spawning up here. Now I'm probably going to have to come up with one more solutions. Like I might do slab brick. I don't know. But I want to come up with one more thing on top here so I can get rid of these torches, because I really don't want to have spawns up here, and I don't really want it lit up. I think it'd look great if it was just dark, because that's how roofs are. They're dark. Okay, so hopefully, I need to come up and make a decision on that. If you got a good idea, go ahead and leave that in the comments, because I probably won't get to it this episode. Here is the third floor. This will probably be our librarian floor. So we're going to go ahead and all the good librarians will end up busing up here, and we'll end up getting them in booths. And down here, this is going to be our tool floor right here. So tools and weapons, that's what's going to be up here. So we'll have different tool and weapon smiths that are going to be worth keeping up here in different booths for trading, and that's going to help us a lot. And then one more level down, this is where we're going to keep all of our trades. So we'll have our Fletchers, our other people, anybody that would help with that. Now, the nitwits, I have a special plan for the nitwits, and they're actually going to be traded all the way back, and we're going to send them all the way back to the spawn house, because we have a new project that's going to be coming up here pretty soon. So don't worry about the nitwits. So let's just take a step back and look. Check it out, boy, the sandstone crown. That looks great on top of it. It kind of adds that final touch to the top of the building, giving it some architecture. What, I got another one out there? My goodness, these villagers, I just don't know what to do with them. I might have to put glass in those windows. Wow, this is looking pretty good. Let me go ahead and get rid of this brick right here. Okay, so we now have the basic frame out of our trading center. This is fantastic. What we'll probably do, in fact, let's go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead and grab my shovel, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and clear out a path that goes straight here, because obviously, you know, if you're going to have a trading center, you're going to have a path that goes to it. In fact, I think that it would even be good to go ahead and extend this out some, as if, you know, this is a pretty well-worn area. Get rid of that torch there. Good. Okay. You know, so when people bring up their carts, they're going to be coming up here. Yeah, in fact, you know, let's go ahead and give them one more. There we go. Purchase and come right on up in here. So, pretty nice. I guess when I put that house in there, I wasn't really considering that the trade house was going to be up right behind it, but I think that works. I think that'll work for it. Okay. Now, what we might also consider, you know what? Oh, if I brought that crown down around, that would then tie the crown to the sides. I got to think about that. I think there's some other things we can do right now, but unfortunately for this episode, I am running out of time. Yep. I've taken a lot of time to gather the resources and to build this out. I'm going to have to do some villager rescues there, and I think there's a lot of things we can do, but I'm going to have to gather some more red sand so we can get some red sandstone out. Like, I think there are some things we can do around the windows that we can that can add some interest to it. I think we might be able to bring the crown down and maybe add some a little bit of the crown at each level change. Like, for instance, the logs, I think, break it up a lot on this side, but on this side, not so much. It's just these lines. So I think there's some changes we can make out here. Probably the most important thing that I got to get doing is I got to start transferring over resources from my farms so that I can start trading with all of my guys. I can trade with my Fletchers, so I can trade with my priests. I can also trade with, well, heck, I can trade with just about everybody in the village, get as many emeralds as I can, so I can finish unlocking the trades and those librarians. So, just want to say thanks again for watching it. This is Kimise. I've been having a lot of fun. Hopefully you have too. I know my trading house is starting to really look good. I'm pretty excited about it, and hope you had a good time. Now remember, this is just inspired from some different mud houses that I was like searching online in Africa when I was looking at the different types of architecture that you could find, and a little bit inspired by some of the type of mud architecture we have over here on North America, you know, with the adobe housing and everything. So hopefully you guys had a good time. I'm learning a lot as I'm going through it, and I'm really having fun creating this village. So if you're enjoying what's going on, go ahead and leave a like, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what's happening. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Every subscription helps, because I want to go ahead and build the channel up so I can reach as many people as I can, have some fun with them, and hopefully create a great community with you guys. Hit that like button if you like it, hit that subscribe button, and I hope you guys have a great day. This is Kimise from KimiseCraft, signing off.